Hey guys, how you doing? Hector here, Corpus Christi. Sorry I've been quiet for the last couple of days. Like I mentioned on my last video, I got tons of work to do this week as we're getting ready to wrap up for a pretty big event that I'm heading to this Saturday. It's a personal development event, business development. I'm going to be learning a lot about nutrition, cellular nutrition, and so I've had a lot on my plate the last few days. So again, I apologize just for kind of being quiet, but just to kind of touch on the last episode that we had, which we talked about knowing what our why was, right, and why what it is that we want out of life, the goals that we want, and then knowing why we want them. So I want to kind of touch on that a little bit. So, another cause of people not, attaining the goals that they want, whether it's health, losing weight, getting stronger, building muscle, or, reestablishing a relationship, or, improving their marriage, or making more money, or starting a business. I think another challenge that we face as people is the lack of personal development. And I think this is crucial. So we're all familiar with what personal development is, and one of the main guys that I follow, who is like the big personal development guru, is Jim Rohn. I'm sure many of y'all are probably familiar with Jim Rohn, but he says he has a quote here, and I want to make sure I read it because I don't want to mess it up. He says that in his opinion, in his opinion, our level of success will rarely exceed our level of personal development, because success is something that we attract by the person that we become. In other words, your level of success in every area of your life will rarely exceed and usually parallel your level of personal development, i.e. your knowledge, your skills, your belief, your habits. So, just a little background on me again. When I discovered what it is that I wanted, this was in 2006, shortly after I met my wife. At the time we were dating. 2006, I realized my purpose in life, and that was to teach people how to get stronger, and then to improve people and help them become better and stronger individuals and healthier. So that was something I became passionate about. And the reason why I wanted to do it is because, for one, I know in turn that would help me. Obviously it's to make money, but I knew there's something that I was passionate about that I would really enjoy doing. So you want to find something that you enjoy doing, and then, actually my wife told me this yesterday, that something her dad told her. Let's say you come up with something, and it's like, or something that you like, or a product or service, whatever it is, and you're like, oh, there's got to be a better way to do this. If you end up asking yourself that question, there's got to be a better way to do this, that's your money-making idea. So that, aside from that. But, again, I found something that I really enjoyed and something I became passionate about. And I had to sit and think, well, why is this important to me? Why do I want to do this? And my why was, for one, for those that don't know, maybe first joining us, I ran a bread business for 12 years. My product was Nature's Own, butter crust, Sunbeam bread. Those were my products, and I serviced some of the largest companies in the U.S. and here in Corpus. And it was a very demanding career. I was on call 24/7. I made really good money, but it's not something that I was passionate about anymore. And so once I discovered my passion for health, wellness, strength. Obviously, jiu-jitsu was my passion. That was jiu-jitsu something for me. But my why was so strong that I wanted to get out of what it is that I was doing by running my bread business. And so I started doing so many things that were in line with my goal. I pretty much started to self-educate myself on nutrition and biomechanics and flexibility and strength training. I started pretty much several started studying this. Sorry, people are messaging me here. I started educating myself in all these areas. And in my bread business, I pretty much ran my bread business from pretty much from midnight until noon, 12:30 the following morning. So it was a minimum 12-hour day. And like I said, I was on call 24/7. So for 6 straight years, until I sold that bread business in 2012, for 6 straight years, I pretty much only slept 3 hours. I would get up at midnight, I would run my bread route, and then through those 12 hours, all I'm thinking about is what I'm going to do when I'm done. What I'm going to be studying, what tests I'm going to be taking, etc. And so I would run my bread business from 12 to 12, get off at about 12:30, rush straight to, at this time I just started kind of personal training, picking up students, and I would rush straight to the gym, and I would train from pretty much 1 o'clock all the way up until 6. And then from 6 o'clock, I would rush to jiu-jitsu, because we had jiu-jitsu from 6:30 to 8. And then I would train from 6:30 to 8. And then after jiu-jitsu, I would train with kettlebells. This is when I started to educate myself in the kettlebell. And so I would train from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And then I would rush home, and I would eat, and then I would sleep and between 9 and midnight, I would eat and sleep. So I would literally sleep 3 hours. And I did this for 6 straight years because my why was so strong, of the reason why I wanted to sell my bread business, and the reason why I wanted to help people to get better, move stronger, become more. And ultimately, I know that would turn into profit for me, right? So clearly, our why has to be able to provide us to provide for our family, but you want to find something that's important to you. So like I mentioned in the previous video, figuring out what your why is and getting really strong in that why, because that pain is ultimately going to be your motivation. So what I want to do, just to close out, I want to share with you, this is a quote I found online. I may have even read it in a book somewhere. I really don't quite remember where I got it. The author's anonymous. So just to recap really quick, remember, anything that we're looking to achieve, whether it's personal development, is very, very important. So if we're trying to attain certain goals, we have to become a certain person. You've heard me say this over and over, and I got this from Jim Rohn. He says, success is not something that you chase or something that you pursue. Success is something that you attract by the person that you become. Now, it doesn't mean you're becoming like an aesthetically attractive person. It just means personal development. That's going to open specific opportunities in your life. So to attain certain success, whether that's losing weight, getting stronger, starting a business, whatever it is, you need to become a certain person. So a couple of books that I recommend you guys looking into that's helped me with this. For one is the book The Miracle Morning. Two, another book that I've found to be really helpful is a book called It Starts With Why. I haven't finished reading that one. That's something that I just kind of started. And then another one is Extreme Ownership. It was written by 2 Navy SEALs. Those 2 books I think have had the biggest impact on me. As far as becoming the person that I need to become in order to attract success, both physically, spiritually, etc. So I want to read this quote really quick, just to close out, and I think it's pretty powerful. So it says, "I'm your constant companion. I am your greatest helper or your heaviest burden. I will push you onward and drag you down to failure. I am completely at your command. Half of the things you do, you might as well just turn over to me, and I will be able to do them quickly and correctly. I am easily managed. You must merely be firm with me." No, I'm sorry. You must merely be firm with me. Sorry, there's a glare on my computer. Let me just start over. "I am your greatest companion. I am your greatest helper or heaviest burden. I will push you onward or drag you down to failure. I am completely at your command. Half the things you do, you might as well turn over to me, and I will be able to do them quickly, correctly. I am easily managed. You must merely be firm with me. Show me exactly how you want something done, and after a few lessons, I will do it automatically. I am the servant of all great people, and alas, of all great failures. Those who are failures, I have made failures. I am not a machine, though I work with all the precision of a machine, plus the intelligence of a human being. You may run me for profit or turn me for ruin. It makes no difference to me. Take me, train me, be firm with me, and I will place the world at your feet. Be easy with me, and I will destroy you. Who am I? I am habit. This was by an anonymous author. So I thought that was pretty powerful. So you can see there just the power of creating a habit, right? I think I even mentioned this in one of the previous episodes talking about your orange. What is your orange in life? What's the one thing that you can do every day? Even it may seem so simple that you may not even do it. But what's the one thing that we can do every day that will greatly have an impact on our life and change our life? So for me, this was basically imparting some kind of knowledge or seeking something to improve myself. Like, for me, my why was getting stronger and developing, eventually leading to opening up my own business. So it was studying certain little books here and there, looking into nutritional seminars, just getting anything I can do to get my hands on. This is something I made a point to do every single day. And so again, guys, that's all I've got for you guys today. Pretty simple, just kind of tailoring off of the last episode of knowing what your why is. So my why was so big that I was willing to only sleep 3 hours a day for 6 straight years until it took 6 years. I didn't say in 6 years I want to have this. It took 6 years to get to where I was at, to where I was ready to open up Hardstyle. So Hardstyle didn't open overnight. Hardstyle was a 6-year in the process. A 6-year in planning of me opening. I started saving kettlebells, buying mats. I would, with the money that I would save, I would buy mats, I would buy kettlebells, I'd buy pretty much all the equipment that we have, and I would buy it piece by piece once a month. I set aside a certain budget to invest into the equipment that I knew that I would be needing, which was primarily kettlebells. I started to invest into that every single month. And over the course of 6 months, I had a small storage unit that I would literally just kind of put everything in, and I traveled with most of my kettlebells I would do a boot camp. And I started introducing kettlebells to that boot camp in 2009. And so once I got comfortable to where I had enough students to kind of cover expenses, that's when I opened up Hardstyle, and that was in 2011. And then February 18th of 2012, that's when I sold my bread business off. And it took 6 years for me to open up Hardstyle. That's something that I decided to just open up overnight. And so, that's, again, guys, just to kind of reiterate, personal development, you got to become a certain person in order to achieve the success that you want, and that's success in health, strength, marriage, things like that. So hopefully, if you guys haven't, one of the main, like I mentioned, the book that's really kind of changed everything for me is the book, The Miracle Morning. This is something I go through. I read a little bit of this book every day. I've read it, from cover to cover a few times, but now I just kind of glimpse through, and I just kind of like highlight things. And I just come back and I kind of cover those highlighted areas. But that's all I got for you guys today. I got a big event tomorrow, so I will be speaking with you guys on Monday. Have a great day. Bye.